Hey there, welcome to my channel. I'm on the mission to hit 100,000 subscribers before the end of 2025, and your support means everything. So don't be that person who watches but doesn't subscribe. Thanks for being here, and let's jump right in. Hello everybody, yes, it's Petya, and welcome back to another tutorial on the TwinPlayz channel. And this is going to be talking about Grow a Garden Part 8. This is basically the planting and cropping system, the fruits, everything that you could ask for when it comes to just plants and fruits in general. Now, I know it's been quite a while. If you're new to my channel, and of course you saw the intro, please hit that subscribe button. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, I'm going to be very sad. Trying to get 100,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. So thank you guys for everyone that is, and if you're watching this video. So yeah, I'm sorry guys, it's been a while. I know it's been like 2 weeks, honestly, since I posted. I've been so busy, and there's just been so much going on. For you that are those who are new here, we have a series going on, and in each episode we've been doing a lot of stuff. As you can see in a bit here, we'll talk about it, the whole game in general. But there's so many updates that I honestly recommend that you guys watch these videos to learn some things. As of right now, getting the kit is probably the best idea, and starting from this standing point, because we did a lot of things that are just not really good to just start from the first episode. You still should go watch them because it kind of talks about everything. But yeah, today we're talking about the planting and cropping and the fruits and Datastore, all that kind of stuff. And I think in the last video we actually talked about Datastore in general. I'll have to double check that. Oh yeah, we're talking about data saving. But this one goes over a lot of stuff, and that's kind of why it took me so long, because there's so much programming into this. And once again, I do want to recommend and tell you guys, sorry, I was probably just playing for a second, but thank you to, oh gosh. Thank you to, what's his name? Oh, yeah, Senko. He's the one who actually helped me program this, and just because he's also doing a tutorial based on this. So if you guys can, feel free to go check him out. He's right on the screen for you. He kind of goes over everything for this. And the next video, we'll talk about mutations, and we'll actually use some of his stuff from this. But after the mutations, we'll go into, you know, friend boost, cache, all those kind of things. So there's so much coming. But he had a great, like, programming tutorials, and it's great to go watch him because he explains a lot, and he's a wonderful programmer. But yeah, you guys, okay, so first things first. Sorry, I know this kind of was a lot of yapping, but go in the description right now. There's a bunch of links. Now I'm going to say two things. One, we have the kit that you can go and download by going into my Discord server, which I will show you. So if you go into in my Discord server, so go below and download this. If you don't have Discord, I'll show you another way you can get this, but you should be able to scroll down and find the Grow a Garden Kit updates, and I just posted it here. Kind of goes over everything as well, and I'll be posting this on the dev forum too for you guys. But if you also just want to, you could go to my Roblox profile. So once you find my Roblox profile, it'll be in the description. You can just click this right here, and once you click this, you can just actually I'll have the link, but you can just download or hit edit in Studio, and that should give you the game. Now, I did not make this a model. The reason I didn't make it a model is because Roblox won't let me make it a model. Just because of the requiring with the module scripts and everything. I don't know why Roblox decided to add that as a security parameter for scripts and everything. I really think it's kind of stupid, but it prevents a lot of like error, like just issues with people requiring scripts without you even knowing. So it's a safety hazard that people, and precautions, so that's why it's there. Okay, so now we're done talking. Sorry. All right, so basically, this is the game, all right, as we have it. Now, reason also why I didn't make it a model is because there's actually a lot of stuff that we added. And I'm going to go into everything, of course, in a sec here. But, of course, so if you make your game, make sure your game settings are all set up, you know, just have everything down. Permissions, monetization, you know, I definitely would have the dev products, which we'll talk about this in a bit. I can go over to that later. Security. So in here, just make sure these are all on. You don't need third-party cells or teleports, so just unless you want to teleport people to certain games, permissions, everything, you're all good. So I think I could just hit play real quick and just show you. I just uploaded this to the server, so yeah. So I mean, you load in, you get your cache, you have the buttons. Now some people say their buttons are not working. Did you change anything? If you did change anything, go back, watch the first episode, and I'll show you guys how we set this up. This is a big overview of the kit. But, yeah, so we're going to talk to Sam here, right? I think that's his name. We have the seeds, okay, and here. And, of course, these are out of stock. So I'm going to get a carrot. I'm also going to get a blueberry, and I'm also going to get a tomato, okay? Now, once we close that out, we can talk about this too. But Steven over here, if you do try and sell seeds, it's not going to allow you to get a seed. Like it won't allow you to, sell a seed. Sorry, it won't allow you to sell a seed. But let's go to your garden, okay? So I'm going to plant a carrot. And once you plant a carrot, it's going to grow and you can harvest it. Now, I want to let you guys know that I'm actually probably going to be updating this just a little bit because of the way that was Senko had it. Just for now, I wanted to release this to you guys so I don't have people freaking out anymore. But there is a way to, change the way these grow in and things like that. Because like the carrot, why I don't want a huge carrot, right? Only certain items. So watch, you'll see the tomatoes are going to grow in. And you want to do a certain thing, but I'm going to show you how that works. But so let's say you harvest a tomato. So it actually gives you the KG. And actually, we have a lot of print statements, which we can get rid of later. But yeah, so you have a tomato right here, and it's the same size as what it was growing into. But yeah, so if I harvest a blueberry, okay, I got a blueberry, same thing. Carrot, grab the carrot, and there you go. Now, one thing you can notice too is that it's not, getting rid of. So if it's like a multi-harvest, that means it's just going to be staying on the plot and everything like that, and it will always save. As well as data saving. So yeah, this will grow offline, everything like that. But you're probably wondering, oh, why is it growing so fast? That's just because I have the value set to that right now. So if you go to sale, we'll go talk right here, and let's go do a few things. Okay, so I want to say, how much is this worth? So it's gonna check. This tomato is worth $1,900. So it's worth $1,900. Kind of crazy, right? So once you go into that, same thing, blueberry, and we'll actually, since we have 3 things, we can do a few things. So blueberry, I want to sell this. Boom, sells. This was sold for $500. And then does a little animations like that. And I'm probably going to work a little more on this because it seems to be doing a little too fast, but that's just a little programming error on my side. But want to sell my inventory. Sells my inventory. Sold 2 fruits for $2,058. Okay, so that is pretty much it. That is how it works. And yes, like I said, it does save. So if I were to, I can even, we can test it too if you want. But Satchel, everything like that, when you stop the game, you can even test this in Studio. It will save it for you. Now, if you don't want it to save and you want to, well, not don't want it to save, but if you want to just redo the save and like go into something else, I'll show you guys how to do that. But yeah, so you have the cash and everything like that. I did cash, not shekels, of course, but yeah. So going into this, there's a lot, honestly. I think the last video we kind of talked about some of the things that were added, like we changed this whole thing, but there was a lot of stuff that we also added as well. But I think, honestly, just because of this time sink, I'm going to go first into how do you make a plant? How do you make a seed? All that kind of stuff. Now, I already have, as you guys were seeing in the shop, I already have a good amount of seeds set up, but it doesn't have the models for it. So that's other things you have to look into. Now, when it comes to Datastore, actually, just real quick, you want to test again, you go into data service and you just click this, right? You go into here and you just change the name. This is 47th try that I did, so as you can tell. But you would just like go right here and we'll go 8, and that gets us a new thing for us. Also, that with that, it's good to do that when you want to just like fully test your game and you have new seeds, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, so profile store, we use profile store for this. Okay, inventory service, seed activator. Okay, there's a lot of stuff we need to go to, but let's actually just go into, like I said, the fruits themselves. Okay, so seed data. Now, there's already a bunch of them. The only ones, though, we have right now set up, when this was actually from Senko, is we have blueberry, the cacao or whatever, and the tree, it actually grows into a tree, which I'll talk about in a bit here. And then, yeah, then all these. So all 4 of these are the ones that we have that he made as a plant, so we're just using that. We have a plant effect. This is also the mutations, which we'll go into later. But as you can tell, so what's important to see is the names, okay? So you want to pay attention to all the names of everything. Also in server storage, we have the crop seeds. This is something I did, so it's a little different than his, but I don't even have the cacao one in here. But so with this, sorry guys, there's a lot going on. If you want to just start from scratch, let's say, and you want to just make your own seeds, what I recommend is deleting almost all of them. Like, let's say carrot and blueberry. Keep carrot and blueberry. Reason being is, well, honestly, no. It doesn't mean you can just delete all of them except one of them. But in each folder, so I'm just going to go into this. You want to make sure, let's say you make a new one, okay? So we'll just make a new one for the sake of this. But the reason I say do this from the start is because we have a certain layout order that you have to change the values, and you don't want to mess that up. But let's say we wanted to, I mean, we could even just, yeah, we could do like, I don't know, what even is something we could just make? I'll just say freaking app apple. Oh, you can do it apple, yeah. So apple seed. You want to make sure it's apple seed, kind of matching all that stuff. The seed is a big name. Okay, so we have a base value. That is how much it's going to cost. I mean, how much it's going to be at the start. Like one apple is going to be worth 125 bucks right now. So I'm going to say it's like worth 50. You know, you don't want to make it too high because we're going to be timesing this, multiplying all that stuff. Dev product. This is the ID that you use for if you want someone to use a dev product. Like they purchase it and it gives them a developer product. So you go to game settings, you go to monetization, and then you go into developer products, create a new one, and you know, like how I name, and then the price, and then you copy ID. So you put that ID right there, and you should be good. Display name. Okay, so as you said tomato seed, so we're gonna say apple seed. Now, just be careful with the names. Like I said, it's a big thing. Growth time. So this is in seconds. So if you want to do 60 seconds, you'll get 1 minute, all those kind of things. So you want to go into all of that. So if you want it to grow a certain amount of time, you know, I can go 60 seconds, whatever, it takes a minute to grow an apple. But honestly, I recommend making these values very high. That's because of the whole thing with that. Now, harvest count. So harvest count is when we talk about, let's say we make an apple tree, which we're going to do that I can make that with you guys in a bit here. So I'm going to say 4, you know, I want to grow 4 apples, 4 fruits, whatever is what you can call it. Harvest interval, it's the same thing as, I actually wrote this down for you guys, I think. Let's see. Oh yeah, harvest interval. Yeah, right here. Oh, well, yeah. So, I mean, it's based off the time. So it's like the last time since it's grown, will we, you know, can they take it, basically. So it's like it delays them a little bit. So yeah, so once you go in the harvest count, harvest interval, same thing, seconds. You can change this if you want. I'll go like 10 seconds, whatever. Layout order. So this is important. This is what it's laying out in the shop. So when it comes to the shop right here, I can just make this visible actually. Yeah. So just laying out in here. So what you want to do with this is, when it comes to making the seeds, like I said, make them in order. So start from scratch, make the first one, name it 1, 2, 3, 4, all that kind of stuff. So I think this was, I'll just go 2, even though blueberries 2, we'll just go 2. I think it might go over itself, but I don't know. Multi-harvest, this is a Boolean, so we're going to click yes on this, true, okay? So once you click true, this will make it so you can harvest multiple fruits. Now, if you do unclick this, it's going to make it so it just disappears. You can only do it one time, blah, blah, blah. Name, tomato, so we want to change it to apple. Keep that. Price, this is the price you purchased in the store. I'm going to go like, whatever, I'll go like 65. Doesn't matter. Rarity, this is the rarity. So we'll go into rarities. Actually, you can look at, no, not seed data. Oh, yeah, it's in the, oh, yeah, actually, you could just do this, seed rarity for now. So when it comes to rarity, these are all the rarities we have. Now, you can make your own. You can add your own. It doesn't matter, whatever you like. But just make sure they all match with each other. So, like, yeah, so you don't need to worry about this. Seed rarity, seed shop service. So right in here, there is this that you do have to worry about. So just make sure you change to this. And when it comes to this, you do need to, yes, a legendary, mythical, divine, chance-based rarities. We'll go into this kind of stuff later. But, I mean, I kind of talked about it in my last video, but yeah, it's just like minimum. So that means like these max and mins means like, okay, so if it's prismatic, it's the minimum amount it's going to get stored into the shop is 1, and the maximum amount is 1. So it's not going to go anything above 1. They can only buy 1 at a time. Mythical, they might have a chance of getting it to be 2, then 1. Legendary, 3, 25, etc. So all that kind of stuff. So just make sure you follow. And if you need to show, find, or replace all, you can hit the View tab and click this button right here, and it'll show you everything for you. Okay, so going to that rarity, I just recommend keeping those the same for now. Seed prefix, so tomato. So we're just going to say apple once again. But yeah, so we're done making that folder. Now, one thing to keep short, seed data, go into here, and these are in order as well, so make sure it's in order how you want it. So I wanted to go after that, so I'll go apple seed. Okay, comma, there you go, you're done. Yeah, so this is definitely an important thing, so make sure you keep that. All right, so seed data is good. Seed rarity, good. We don't need to worry about that. Shop service, all that kind of stuff. Harvest service. Yeah. So monetization, these are dev products. This is just restock shop if you do want to change that if you want. And we're going to go into all this kind of stuff later. Again, once I said, it's kind of a lot, but no worries. Format number, this is a module. Client effects, this is with planting and stuff. But yeah, okay, so let's actually go back into making something. Okay, so let's go into, yeah, crops. Oh, yeah, there's also more, too. There's seed models, which I forgot to talk about. So this is just Z model when it comes to making the like display. Okay, so I want to do apple. So tomato technically is the same, so I could just duplicate it, but let's just put it to workspace and I'll show you. So this is a tomato seed. We'll call it apple seed. Okay, you want to make sure there's a primary part. So go into here, primary part, boom, apple seed. You're good. If it's a model and there's more to it, you can just like, let's say duplicate this and just call it like art, you know? And then just like do whatever you want. Like it doesn't really matter. And just make sure to weld them. So, you know, either you type it in and make a weld and you do part 0, part 1, blah, blah, blah. See how it welds it, whatever. So, but I recommend use a thing for that. Okay, but I'm going to like change the color on this or whatever. So it displays different. So like that's an apple seed. Okay. So go and put this into seed models, blah, blah, blah. Now we have a seed model for it. I know a lot of you guys have seed models. So seed models is what displays in the shop. That's what a seed model is. Okay, now crop seeds. So this is going to be the tool itself. Let's do tomato seed again. Let's put this in workspace. Oops. Let's go put this in workspace. Hit F to go to it. Okay, as you can tell, it's like this. Like I said, when it comes to welds, motor 60, whatever. Same things. You know, have the thing right here, Coco. Now, honestly, what I recommend, plugin, this is really good, is a tool grip editor plugin. It's kind of showing on my screen over here, but I'll just put it over here. So as you can tell, it shows a tool grip, so I can actually like move it around and stuff. Oh yeah, on my screen, as you can tell, and it shows what it's gonna look like when someone holds it. And then you can actually just close it, and you're good. But yeah, so same thing. And then make sure, we'll call it apple seed. Just make sure you're welding it. Make sure nothing as well is not anchored. So that's another thing. Can collide should be off. You just need a handle. Make sure something's named handle as well. That's just as well holding it. And then you have the part that's connected to it. So you can do anything for that. Okay, so apple seed. This goes into crop seeds. Okay. Now, server storage, we're good. Storage UL, just close all this stuff out. And we'll go into this stuff in a bit here. There's a lot of explaining to do. Sorry about that. Okay. Now, when it comes to the more of the stuff. Okay, actually, I'm going to go into tomato. This is the crops. So, now, this is what a tomato looks like. This is one someone made, okay? So, as you can tell, like I was talking about, this is a lot of the welds, the way he did it. And, yeah, it can collide. It should be off. Anchor should be off, all that kind of stuff. Now, this is basically what's going to look like in your hand. This is like what's hanging up on a tree or blah, 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 blah. Honestly, not too bad because this is like literally a apple almost in a certain way. I guess I can just like, let's see, we got the handle. So I'll just like make it look like a tomato. So, an apple, sort of. I don't know. Guess this works. And I can even like delete this. I could just go whatever. And you guys can make this the way you want. Not too bad, you know, just whatever works. And then, yeah, let's just say you put this in the middle and boom, we have like an apple. Honestly, that looks fine. But yeah, so as you can tell, you have everything right here and it's all working. Now, same thing. We're just going to call this apple. Just kind of look at the names, put it in crops. Okay, so now we have an apple. I'm actually going to, we can look at that in a sec here. So going into some of the things, I'm actually going to grab this tree because this is a tree as well. Put this in workspace, and as you can tell, we have one of these. Okay, so this is a good example of how this kind of looks and works. And I'm going to explain to you guys, okay? So we have a client and server side. It's kind of weird to explain it, but basically we have the server side, which is allowing us to have prompts and fruits and all that kind of stuff. And then we have the client model as well and what it would look like. So in all, it all works. It all shows you. So if I actually show you right here, so see how this is like a little like invisible part almost? That's what we're basically going to be prompting to the player. So I think I did 4 already. So this is good because it's already basically set up. So technically, you know, you can kind of move it around how you like. But what I wanted to explain to you guys is, as you can tell, we have a few things in here with primary parts. So everything has a primary part. So just make sure you have a primary part for the things that you do. So let's say we wanted to do, I should just move these around. Actually, yeah. So honestly too, like I can highlight both of these at the same time. I want to make apples. So, you know, whatever. I'll just like go like this, or, I could even use the tomatoes too as a good example, but, what I recommend is just building it how you want first. and then go find the model that we have, one of these, and you want to just make sure that there's the certain things in it. So for now, I'm just doing this for the sake of it, just because. But let's say you wanted more fruits, of course, like I was saying. You duplicate this, you'd put 5, okay? Same thing right here. You want to make sure you duplicate it, and you put 5. And then when it comes to that, so I'm going to delete this. Make sure in each side of these, we have an effect part. So there's something named effect. And then there's a primary part. So primary part, and make sure you click the model. You set that primary part to the primary part. Now these ones, they are anchored, and can collide is on as well. So you are good to do that. Keep that on. Main model is just like the tree. So as you can tell. And then there's a primary part as well. So you got to make sure there's a primary part. I think this is the bounding box. Yeah, so this is the bounding box that we use just to check if they're too close or not. So just make sure in the client model there's a primary part. Also, that's just going around the whole model named primary part. But yeah, so fruit prompts are basically what you use. And then also, like I said, same thing again, server model, there's a primary part for that one. So I'm just going to name this apple. Same thing, no worries. And we're going to go put this into plants. So plants are basically what gets planted, all of that, and we're good. So technically, yeah, I think that's it if I'm right. We have apple and those modules, seed data. Yeah, we did everything good, rarities. So we should be good to actually buy it if I'm right. Let's just see. Hopefully they don't overlap in the shop. And hopefully I can plant one, but okay, apple. Yeah, so see what I mean by the layout order. This is what I meant, just because my blueberry seed is already 3. So that's why you should do it in order. Make sure everything's like that layout order number goes in a certain thing, but it's okay. I can still grab it. So I got an apple seed. As you can tell, same thing, garden. Let's plant this real quick. Let's see how fast it grows. I did put like earlier, so I wonder how fast it will grow. Okay, yeah, well, it's going to take a sec, but as you can tell, it's growing. So yeah, that's kind of how that works with the time and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, it will grow offline. So when you log off, you come back, it's going to be fully grown. Like I could probably stop the game and it's going to do that for you. But see, this works perfect. So now you have everything in here and it's growing. Let's just wait a sec. Maybe it'll grow a little faster. But there's a lot going on. I think, if you guys just want to leave more suggestions in the, description and ask me things, well, we can do that in the comment section. But yeah, so make your models, make sure everything's named correctly, and you should be good. Now, I will say if you don't want to do seeds, and you want to do something else, you're going to have to make sure you search seeds in this right here, okay? The reason being is there's a lot of things named seed. So, when it goes into something like that, you have to change everything that's related to seed. Okay, so as you can tell, okay, it's grown. So, damn, these are huge. I can't even reach them. So this is kind of the other part where it's like, can I reach these? Oh gosh, I'm worried I'm not gonna be able to reach one. All right, let's just. Okay, yeah, that's cooked. Also, yeah, same thing too. The reason another. Why do I like shift lock off, bro? Hold on. Where's shift lock, you guys? Get that on. Parkour up here. All right, this is embarrassing. This is not how I want the video to go. Either way, another thing too, if I can actually collect this real quick, you'll see that my item is not the same as what like this model, because it's not the right one. Like I was using the cacao seeds, cocoa. All right, if I cannot grab one of these, I'm not gonna crash out on someone. Come on. Let me get it. So this is where you have to make the harvest prompt a little bit bigger, because now I can't even grab it. But we're actually gonna work on that where it has the names and the titles. But okay, yeah. So you can see I can grab it. I just can't reach it. That's embarrassing. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it with that, you guys. But let me just go into this one more time so I can explain to you. So we have the world. Oh, and I kind of should have just done that, but either way, we have a world folder, we have a map folder, and planted seeds, client, server, and then visuals. All those kind of things go into those folders. So planted seeds, we put them on the client side, we put them on the server side, and we check for everything, okay? And this is allowing players to see other people's gardens and all that kind of stuff. In the shops, and I actually will probably be moving later these into the world map. I probably should have, but In the shops, we have the characters, so, buy and sell. I kind of already talked about these, so if you guys are going to watch the other videos, it goes over that. And then the plots. So I don't want you guys to get confused, okay? Plots are a certain thing. There's taken, and then there's user ID. So that's pretty much it. There's the soil as well. There's TP parts, reference points. So you got to make sure a lot of these things are in there the way they are. If you're going to change anything, just make sure they are changed a certain way. So we'll go into this stuff, like I said, more later. But, for now, this is what it looks like. And yeah, that's how you create stuff. I think, I can kind of just like quickly go into stuff. Oh yeah, get fruit value. This is later, but this is going to go off of mutations and then weather mutations, things like that. Fruit name parse. This is just going with the fruit names, mainly based off of going mutations. It shows all the mutations. So we'll go into that as well. And then, yeah, I mean, seed rarity, we went over that. Assets were good. Rarity gradients. Remote events, we added a few more. I think we did the sell and client effects, harvest, plant seed, all that kind of stuff. Seed models, sounds are good. Typing, dialogue, cell GUI, everything's good in there. And yes, oh, one more thing. So, okay, yeah, so harvest prompt right here. You can make activation distance. I would recommend making it a little higher, so I'll go 8 for that or something, so then people can see it. Well, no, I wouldn't recommend doing that, just because you don't want it to pop up every freaking second. But as you can tell, this is the harvest prompt. So server model config and fruit config template. I forgot to explain this. So basically, when we plant a seed, so when we go into the plot service, we have a server config, and in here we basically set this to that plant. So they're going to check for the fruits, date planted, growth percentage, last growth increment, plant size, all those kind of things. The fruits are going to be duplicated into here, and we're going to be checking for all of those, basically. Whether there's 1, 2, 3, or 4, or just 1, all that kind of stuff. And then we have the fruit config template, which talks about last harvest, mutations, size scaling, and can harvest. Can harvest is a Boolean. That's where we check if it's fully grown, and that's where we build it. Product service, this was something I made a while ago. This talks about the products and stuff. But plot service kind of goes over everything. We added a lot to it, like I was saying. So, like I said, seed, if you need to change seed, you got to change seed. So that's pretty much it with that. Money service as well. We did the give money, and we also did checking for selling. So bulk sell, we do how much, and we do item sell. And this is where we grab like mutations, the weight, the fruit names. We give them the money, we round it, all that kind of stuff. We send a result back, and this kind of goes into actually the shop script. So if I'm right, yeah, where is it at? Or was it the shop script? Oh no, it's proximity prompts. Is it? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so proximity prompts, this goes over like all those buttons. So like the cell GUI, which we kind of talked about already, but basically invoking the server, and we're just doing how much, item sell, blah, 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 and we're communicating with the money service. Crop replicator, this is where it talks about harvestable stuff. So planting, all that kind of stuff, growth percentage, child added. We do the scale to, pivot to. It's all the visual effects, basically. Same for, client effects, kind of going through that. Get the mouse C-frame. NPC handler we already talked about, and satchel, UI effects, blah, blah, blah. So that is pretty much it, you guys. That kind of goes over everything. Now, if you guys do have any questions and you're a little like confused, you're like, my game's not working, something's broken, I'm sorry, just, join the Discord and we can talk there. I know this was a very long video. I just wanted to explain the best I can to you guys. And yeah, so I think the next video will be about mutations, if I'm right, and then we'll go after that into like adding friends boost. We'll do weather events, all those kind of things. I'll probably do gears first, talking about like teleport wrench or like, just fun things we'll go into. So it's going to be a second for that kind of stuff, but we can do it. I know we can. But yeah, and I do have a brain rot video coming out soon, but I hope you guys did enjoy this, and thank you, Senko, again for the help. And yeah, you guys, I will catch you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.